In this video, I'm going to tell you the top 10 reasons why people don't build muscle. I've been going to the gym for over 10 years and I've seen people make so many mistakes when it comes to building muscle and achieve a great body composition. So stay tuned because you might be making one of these mistakes. My name is Julian with Jacked Vegans. So the first reason, and this is very specific to vegans, is that you're not eating sufficient protein. Some vegans have a war against protein. The thing is, protein is needed to build a great body because your muscles are built out of protein. And if you're not feeding protein to your body, then you will not be able to build new muscles and maintain the muscles that you have. So protein is very important when it comes to achieving a great body composition and when it comes to building muscle. How much protein should you be eating every single day? Somewhere in between 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of body weight. This is just specific for people looking to build muscles and to improve body composition. For general health, the number is a little bit smaller than that. The second reason is you are not following a proper training program. So here's what I mean, and I was guilty of making this mistake. I used to go to the gym and just do whatever I felt like doing. I had no structure, no planning, and by consequence, my results were kind of mediocre. Instead, what you want to do is have specific phases with specific purposes. You want to have fat loss phases, you want to have muscle gain phases, and you want to have maintenance phases. Each of this phase is going to require different nutritional strategies and different training strategies to be able to reach your goals. So if your training right now is not divided into different phases, then know that you're not getting the best results that you could get if you were periodizing your training into different phases. The third reason is that you're not willing to make the sacrifice. To build muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. That means that you gotta be eating more calories than the ones you burn on a daily basis with your daily activities. So if you eat this amount of calories, then you need to be eating more. And the reminder here is gonna be turned into tissue. That's how your body creates new tissue. Here's the thing, when you do this, some of that tissue is going to be fat as well. All the extra calories will not be turned just into muscle. You will gain some fat along the way. And that's just a small sacrifice that you gotta make in order to put on some good quality muscle. A lot of people just want to be shredded year round, and what happens is that they end up losing on gains they could have made if they would have made the sacrifice of eating a little bit more calories and gaining a little bit more fat than they wanted to. Which leads to my fourth point. You're not thinking of this as a lifelong pursuit. Improving your body composition is a lifelong thing. It's not like a 1 month thing or 2 month thing. It's a lifestyle. So you gotta think long term and you gotta be willing to make some sacrifices to get the best body, to get the body you wanna have. So when you change your mindset and you're willing to make the trade-off for the long-term reward, then you'll be able to do the muscle gain phases no problem because you know that in the end it's gonna be better for you. The fifth mistake that I see all the time is lack of patience. People want results immediately. We're so used to instant gratification that if we do something for a week and we don't get the results that we want, we just say, this is not working, and we quit. Building muscle, like most things that are worth it in life, takes some time. It doesn't happen overnight. You actually gotta be consistent and you gotta be patient in order to build muscle because you gotta repeat the same activities over and over again for a long period of time to build the muscle you wanna build. The process that happening in your body to build new muscle tissue takes some time and you gotta be patient enough to allow that to happen. The sixth reason is that you are not consistent. A lot of people embark on a training program. They say they will commit to 6 days a week. And what happens is that they do it for the first week, then they feel overwhelmed, and then they only go 3 days, and then the next week they go 2, and then they're not consistent with the program. So instead of overcommitting to something that you're not sure you'll be able to do, pick a program, pick something that you can do for sure, be a little conservative, and follow that program consistently. And you'll get way better results than if you pick something that's 6 days a week and you cannot follow through. Instead, pick something maybe that's 3 days a week or 4 days a week. Be consistent with that and that'll give you great results. The seventh mistake is hopping around different programs and wanting to do different things all the time. Training, building muscle, getting stronger, it's all about repetition. You gotta repeat the same things over and over on a weekly basis. That's how you get good at it. That's how your muscles grow. A lot of people, they wanna change everything every single week. They want a new training program. And when they hop around between programs, they don't really get results. So commit to one program and stick to that program. Do not change programs all the time because you will not get anywhere. The eighth reason is that you're not controlling your weekly volume. What do I mean by that? Your training should be progressive, meaning that over time, it should be getting harder and harder. Now, a lot of people, they go to the gym and they just train whatever they want to do. They go crazy and they cannot move for a week and then they do it again. There's no logic behind the program. When you follow a training program that makes sense, it'll slowly ramp up the volume, it'll slowly ramp up the amount of sets you do, it'll slowly increase the weight, and that'll help you get stronger and get better over time. Again, it comes back to the point of making this a lifelong pursuit. It's not about one session, it's about what you can do over a year or over multiple years. The ninth reason is bad technique and focusing on the weight that you're carrying instead of doing things with proper technique. I've seen guys that are way smaller than me trying to lift a lot of weight. Their range of motion sucks, and in the end, after 3 months, they look the same. After a year, they look the same, and that is because they're focusing on lifting weight, they're lifting with their ego, and they're not doing it properly. Instead of focusing on the weight that you have on the bar or on the machine or whatever exercise you're doing, focus on doing it properly. Focus on using full range of motion and focus on doing proper repetitions every single set. If you just focus on the weight and your technique sucks and your repetitions suck, then you will not build any muscle. You'll just get injured and frustrated. So focus on perfect technique every single time you go to the gym. And the 10th reason, and this is again something that happened to me, is trying to do it on your own. If you could do it on your own, then you would already be where you want to be. So trying to figure things out on your own does not work. Instead, get some help. Get help from someone who knows more than you, who is 10 steps ahead from you, and who can tell you exactly what you need to do to achieve the goals that you want. I tried to figure it out on my own for the first 2 years, and that led to frustration, to 2 herniated discs, and to really mediocre results. I started making great progress once I put my ego aside and I reached out to a coach for help. The coach told me what to do, he told me how to eat, he told me how to train, and guess what? In 2 months, I had better results with a coach than in 2 years of doing it on my own. So those are the top 10 reasons I've seen in the gym of why people are not building muscle. If you're a woman and you're like, this is not for me, guess what? In order to tone up, in order to look freaking awesome, you gotta build muscles. Your legs, your glutes, they're built out of muscles. So this applies to both men and women. I hope you learned something new, and I hope that if you're making one of these mistakes that I mentioned, you correct it, because if you don't, then you're gonna be hindering your gains. And if you're interested in working one-on-one with me and my team, it's very simple. There's a link in the description that explains exactly how we work with people. All you gotta do is click on that, fill out a quick application, takes 3 minutes, then you can book a free consultation call with us. We'll hop on the phone, we'll go over your goals and your struggles, and we'll tell you exactly what you need to be doing every single day to achieve your goals. That is it for this video. Julian here, signing off. Boom.